Hey everyone, I'm Joni from the Yoga Chapel. This is day 10. We're almost there. And I thought today would be a perfect opportunity to kind of weave everything that we've learned doing a standing and a floor series. So we're just going to get into our practice, coming to a gentle standing position at the top of the mat. Remember, toes can be together, heels slightly apart, or that hip width distance, number 11 feet. Hands at the center line of the chest. We'll start in prayer position. Shoulders root away from the ears as you gently close the eyes or soften the eyes. Notice a slight contraction or a pressure between the palms. Let the toes spread wide. Soften through the knees. Root deep through the heels. We're going to take 6 long breaths together, coming into the focus and dropping deeper into our practice. Let's take that breath in. Smooth breath out. Inhale, breath. Exhale, breath. Two more. Long breath in. Exhale, empty the lungs. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, look up towards the thumbs. Exhale, hands towards the center line of the chest as you look down to the fingertips. 3 more. Breath in. Exhale out. Drop the hands to the hips. Take an inhale, lift the chest all the way up, look up. Exhale, cat the body, pull the belly in. 2 more. Breath into your range of motion, popping the ribs. Exhale, tucking the ribs back as you drop the head down. 1 more. Breath in. Breath out. Between those 2 positions, let's rest in neutral, moving to the hips. Take a breath in, tilt the pelvis up. Exhale, tuck the pelvis forward. Remember not to move the chest, just the hips. Breath in. Breath out. Last one, really exaggerate. Breath in, it looks kind of like a cow tilt. Exhale, cat the body in through the pelvis. Good. Between those 2 positions, find that neutral position, shoulders stacked over hips. Good. Let's do the knees. Bend the knees. Exhale, extend the knees without moving the chest or the pelvis. Bend the knees. Extend the knees. Last one. And then find between those 2. That's a little more subtle. As we move away from the bigger joints, it might be not as easy to find that kind of subtle, springy, shock-absorbent knees. See if you can root through the heels, maybe lift the toes. Lifting the toes might be a huge game changer for you, rooting through the 4 corners of the feet. And when you soften the toes, you might notice there might be a collapse in through the knees. If that's the case, lift the toes. And let's all do that together. Let's keep the chest where it is, the pelvis and the knees, and then slowly lower the toes. Lift the toes, which will activate the quads, soften through the knees, drop the toes. And 1 more, lift the knees up, or the toes up, and drop the toes down. And if you want to keep the toes up, that's up to you. That's your practice. It might help pull into your body. Good. Let's hold Tadasana for 3 long breaths, allowing the hands to rest beside the body. Shoulders gently pulling away from the ears like you're holding something heavy through the hands. So visualization is an amazing tool. And you gravity, kind of allow the belly to pull up and in. The breath to be as smooth as it can through the base of the lungs. Eyes forward, head proud. Pull in the power from the ground. Good. One more breath. And a breath out. Coming to the top of the mat if you're not already there for 3 half sun salutations. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look towards the thumbs into that open chest back bend. Exhale, soft knees, sweep the arms out and down as you come into your forward fold. Drop the head heavy, bend the knees. Inhale, lift the hips to extend through the legs, lengthen through the back. Next exhale pulls you back into a forward fold, let the head hang heavy. Inhale, roll the shoulders to lift the arms, push through the legs. Inhale, look up. Exhale, pull the belly in, hands towards the center line of the chest. And 2 more. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, sweep the arms out and down as you hinge into your forward fold. Inhale, half back, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms out as you sweep the shoulders, look up towards the thumbs, pull the belly in. Exhale, hands towards the center line of the chest as you bring weight through the feet. And last one, inhale, sweep the arms forward and up as you look towards the thumbs. Exhale, pull the elbows forward, hips back, bend the knees, forward fold. Inhale, half back, push against the shins to straighten the arms, the legs. Exhale, fold. Good. Let's slowly ragdoll the body all the way up, 1 vertebrae at a time as you pull the pelvis forward. Let the shoulders fall down the back as you open and lift the head. Breath in and breath out. Good. Keeping the feet hip-width distance apart, showing you from an angle. Let's bring and sweep the arms forward. Lock the shoulders into place so they pull down onto the back. Imagine you're pushing through 2 pillars in your hands. Squeeze the fingertips together. Slowly start to bend the knees and drop the hips low. Powerful position. First set, look down towards the knees, right? Lift the toes if you need to find the feet. Find that breath. It's not easy. This is where we challenge the breath. Take a breath in. Take that long breath out. Let's just turn the palms to face each other. So an external rotation of the arms. Let's lift the thumbs, make fist with our hands. Good. Push through the feet. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands towards the center line of the chest. Mountain position and pause. Notice the body. Maybe close the eyes to tune in. Have we lifted or contracted or found the pelvic floor pulling towards the center of our body? Second set. Sweep the arms first. Notice where the shoulders are not reaching too far forward. Keep them stacked right over the shoulders, right over the hips. Squeeze the fingertips together to engage the arms. Hinge from the hips as you bend the knees. Good, like you're gonna sit into a chair. Imagine a block between the thighs, but don't touch the knees together. Activate the inside of the legs. Good. Let's lift the toes together. Spin the thumbs upwards. Stay here or lift the arms where your range of motion is. If you start to pop the hips or you pop the ribs, your arms are in that diagonal position. Wrist in line with elbows, in line with shoulders. Good. Create some heat. The breath will calm you down, especially those exhales. Drop the arms in line with the shoulders. Push against the feet. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, drop the arms beside the body. Mountain position. Try to hold mountain. Try not to shift or fidget or try to shake that off. Let the muscles release on their own. Good. Let's Bring those toes together, heels slightly apart. Inhale, sweep the arms up into your back bend. So you're trying to keep the hips stacked over the heels. You lift from the chest, look towards the thumbs. On the exhale, bend the knees, bend the elbows, hinge into your forward fold. Tent the fingertips, separate the feet hip-width distance apart. Sandwich the thighs towards the belly, let the head hang heavy. So it's an inversion. Inversion meaning that the head is lower than the heart, hips lifting up towards the ceiling. Now we're not warmed up enough in the back of the legs, so take your time moving to your edge of your forward fold. Find the hands on the shins. Push against the shins to straighten the arms. Extend through the elbows. Look towards the ground. Pull the belly up towards the spine. So you think, or you're working towards a shoulder in line with hip position. Back of the legs stretching. That's where we get the hamstrings. Good. Breath in. Exhale, fold. Let that hang heavy. Good. Strong legs. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. As you look up, straight legs. Exhale, pull the belly in, hands to heart center, look forward. Back to Tadasana, mountain position. Hands on hips, toes together, heels slightly apart. Step the right leg back 3 feet or so, toes facing forward. Roll the right hip forward. Keep the left leg straight. Squeeze the bum, lift the arms in line with the shoulders. Just like if we're starting powerful position, find your Tadasana body, so shoulders stacked, back leg extended. Without shifting forward, bend the left knee to your capacity, right? This leg needs to walk in. If that heel is lifting, take a shorter stance. Good. Push through the feet, maybe lift the toes. So for some of us that we find that the legs are a bit shadowy, we can't feel them, we can't activate them, you're searching for activation. So maybe lifting the toes would help. If you need more to hit that 90-degree angle with the hip towards the knee, take your stance in Warrior One. Pelvis squares forward. I want you to hold. Keep the arms where they are, turn the thumbs up, squeeze the fingertips together. Now without lifting the ribs, keep the ribs pulling back as you lift the arms up. Let the arms and the shoulders lift the arms. Hands onto the hips, soften the back knee, step forward with the right leg. Tadasana position, right into it. Close the eyes. Notice the sensations. Try not to shake them off or fidget. Let's find our Warrior One on the other side. Let's step back with the left foot at 3 feet. Keep the right leg long. Pivot the left hip forward, right hip back. So whatever you need to square the hips off, right hip especially in line with the right knee. Sweep the arms up. Without hinging forward, bend the knee to your capacity. Know if you need to take a shorter stance or a longer stance. Try not to push past your range. Left hip coming forward is going to change a lot of that action. Belly scooping in, bum pushing down. Good, keep the core strong. That's why they're warrior positions, right? We're warrior forward, standing strong. Turn the thumbs all the way up. Try not to lose that front knee. Your body will want to. Find your balance. Take that breath in. On the exhale, lift the arms. Without shrugging the shoulders, pull the ribs down. Even pull the shoulder blades down. Hug that imaginary block. Squeeze the fingertips together. Keep the front knee stacked over heel. Left hip coming forward. Breath in. Breath out. Soften the back leg. Step forward with the right foot. Hold Tadasana to notice the other side. And take that smile at yourself, right? Shorter breath is normal, right? When we move into harder poses, the breath is going to get fatigued, and over time that changes. Let's take a nice flow before warrior two. Inhale, sweep the arms up, look up. Exhale, hinge, elbows forward, hips back. Inhale, half back. Exhale, fold. Let's hold our forward fold. Let the body release, especially the low back. If it was taking any of that energy, which it sometimes does, we want the core to start to kick in. And find the shins with the hands. Maybe the fingertips coming a little further towards the crease of the ankles. Push into the shins to lengthen the arms. Weight soft in towards the heels, stronger through the toes. Breath in. Exhale, refold over the legs. Good. Take your time as you sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale the arms beside the body, Tadasana position. And notice, clock how your Tadasana feels. Probably more rooted through those feet. There's a slight pull in the belly now. Hands on hips. Let's hop the feet wide. So step out wide, right foot steps out. Let's do that way instead. Lift the left toes, pivot the left toes towards the left. Good. Walk out the right leg a little bit deeper if you need to. Sweep the arms up. Notice the line of the chest and the hip. It's facing the right side of your mat, right? You want to look at those parallel lines. As you start to bend the left knee, let the left knee track to the left so it pushes open. Rolling thighs away from the midline, pushing through both feet, maybe a slight tuck in of the back foot, a press down of the front foot, pull the right arm away from the right side of the body, left arm away from the left side of the body, squeeze the fingertips together. Good. Then there's the pivot of the chin. Remember that Sharpie, moving right across, looking towards the middle finger. Fall into the depth of your position. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands towards the center line of the chest. Keep Tadasana. Try not to sway the hips back and forth. Belly pulls in towards the spine. Let's lift the right toes, turn the right toes. So pivot through the heel as you drop the foot. And then notice where you need the alignment, heel to arch, heel to heel, back foot slightly in. Start to roll the thighs away from midline. Like it feels like you're trying to break the pelvis and break the chest into two pieces. All right, notice where the chest is. This is the twist away from the right hip. As you bend into the right knee, let's use our right hand. Gently push the right knee into the right hand. So you want to feel a bit of traction. That'll make it a little harder. And the left hip is going to roll that left hip back. So there's two opposing actions. Left hip is rolling to the left, right knee is pulling to the right, cracking open the pelvis. Notice your depth. Good. Then float the arms up, get them involved. Look over the middle finger. Reach across the chest without lifting through the ribs. Stay with it for 3. For your depth, for 2. Last breath in. Last breath out. Inhale, reach up, turn the toes forward. Walk the feet in slightly. Let the arms rest beside the body. Pelvis comes back to neutral. Good. Heel toe the left foot in. Heel toe the right foot in. Left foot. Right foot. Tadasana. Let's hold Tadasana together. Final position. We're going to come into our Trigonasana. Root through the left. Let's lift the right. Turn the right knee out. Plant and squeeze the left heel into the inside of the left ankle. The right heel into the left ankle. Okay. Tadasana first. Notice where you need to shift the body so the squared hip are facing forward. Good. Let's lift the arms up just like we did powerful position. Lock the shoulders into the spine. Soft through the left knee will help with balance. Notice if you're collapsing one side or the other, you want to be neutral through the pelvis, pushing through the right toe. So Trigonasana, as I hold you here, you can keep the arms here. You can also float the arms all the way up. What's cool about Trigonasana position, one, it's a beginner's balance position, but we're working root right to head. It's almost those two forces of actions are happening. We're grounded and we're lifting, right? We're floating and we're grounded at the same time. So stay where you need to be for 5, for 3, and 1. Let the arms drop. Close the right knee in. Find Tadasana to soften in. Good, other side. Root through the right, spin the left knee out. Find the heel against the inside of the ankle. And that's where you get to play. I want you to really sandwich or really squeeze like you're holding a dime between the heel and the inside of the arch. By softening this right knee and not fully extending the right knee, you'll find some buoyancy because the body will want to sway and find balance. Good. Notice your pelvis. Where does it need to be? Don't worry about this left knee. It doesn't have to be facing that left side. It's not the point. Point is finding balance through the right. Lifting through the core. Float the arms up. Roll the shoulders onto the back. Squeeze the tips of the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the fingertips together. Stay breath in and out. And that soft face, balance is hard, I know. Stay with it. You're there for 2 more breaths. Find a nice long exhale. Nice long inhale. Nice long exhale. Let the arms float. Draw the left knee forward. Plant the left leg down. You're balanced through both feet. And notice how the pelvis just wants to pull, lock you in right into your pose. Bring the hands to heart center to bow gently to your standing practice. Meeting onto a seated position on the floor. Bowing to your standing practice. Let's meet in a seated position on the floor. And this is the opportunity to come into a seated position and kind of take what we've learned from the standing series and let it radiate through our body. There is no rush. If you found that this position is exactly where you want to be for the next 5 or so minutes, let that be your practice. Let's take the legs out long. Moving Dandasana, our foundational seated pose. Pulling the flesh back away from the sit bones. Let's anchor through the heels. Notice those number 11s with the inside of the toes and the inside of the ankles. Hands rest gently onto the thighs. So as you look forward, chin in line with the jaw, just like Tadasana, except you're on the floor and the legs are at a 90-degree angle from the hip. Bring the hands beside the body, their palms push down or fingertips push down, and that's all dependent on your own body. Try not to lose the core and the depth of the breath, so the belly can pull out, the belly can pull in, massaging through the organs. Release the spine. Let's take the legs wide in that wide-legged position. Pull the flesh of the bum back. And we are pretty open from the Warrior 1 position, the Warrior series we did, to taking the hand underneath the calves, and that might kind of force your legs into a deeper range of motion. And then let's pause. Allow the legs to kind of be heavy. Don't worry about alignment or power or strength. Just find a seated position. And more, I want you to just breathe through the ground, through the pelvis. Notice the strength of the spine and that the core has to hold you kind of lifted in the seated position. Let the breath come back. Let's activate the position. Pull the heels away from the hips as you push the calves and the back of the thighs down. Don't think about the knees. It's not about the knees. There's an extension out from the meridians of the inside of the legs. Let's spread the toes. Good. Tent the fingertips beside you. That will help keep the spine kind of erected. If you're holding that and you feel that you want to lift the arms forward without collapsing. Turn the thumbs up. Notice where you can negotiate with your body to find the core charge up rather than the back body. Good. Bring the right fingertips out. Lift the left arm up. Breath in. Exhale up and over into a side body stretch. Keep pulling the left heel away from the right hip and lifting up through the left fingertips down through the left hip. Good. Inhale, sweep back up, arms forward or arms tented down. Take an inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, reach up and over to the other side. So there's that pull, co-activated. The left heel, right heel pulls away from the left hip. I'm trying to stretch the right side of my body, rolling the right shoulder down. Good. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Let's bring those arms in front or keep the fingertips tented. Pull the soles of the feet together into Badakhanasana Butterfly position. Starting with the diamond shape with the legs, just gently kind of flap those legs like little wings right from the hips. Okay, this time I want you to find a little bit more stillness. Now the heels can come as close towards the groin as you can kind of manage. Interlock the fingers around the toes, so you sandwich the feet together, like you're holding those dimes between the feet, between the toes and the big toe mound and the heels. Okay. I want you to squeeze the bum, just squeeze the bum. And notice by closing the eyes, you tune into your body. By squeezing the bum, you're going to push the feet a little closer together, almost be an automatic action or reaction to that position. So squeeze the bum and then the feet squeeze tighter together. Good. I want you to hold that. Let's keep squeezing the bum. Even though you're moving through breath, that's a tricky part, is breathing deeply. So keep squeezing the bum, pull the knees out. So imagine you have two strings wrapped around your knees and your knees are pulling away from your body, like warrior two position where the arms are moving away from the midline. Midline being your spine. Pull the knees away from your midline, from your pelvis. Keep squeezing the bum. The bum will help squeeze the feet together. Keep rolling the shoulders down and back and maintain the breath in and maintain the breath out. All right, now maintain all that as you then start to lower the knees as close towards the floor as you can. So you're squeezing the bum, that'll help squeeze the feet together. You're pulling the knees away from the pelvis, and then you're gently nudging the knees closer and closer to the ground. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on that one, relax, release, pull the heels of your feet forward. Come back to a diamond shape, resting the hands beside the feet. Let's round our spine, dropping the head closer to the heels. Slowly roll your body all the way back up. Lengthen the left leg, cross the right leg up and over the left. Interlock the hands below the right knee, roll the shoulders down and back. Moving into our sage position or our twist. One-legged is extended. Drop the right fingertips down. Let's wrap the left arm. So we start to roll through the chest first. Don't worry about the left hip yet. Once you position the body and anchor through the left, then tuck the left heel into the hip as the hip pulls back. And then there's a roll of the right shoulder onto your ribs. So you're looking towards the right, similar to when you come into a warrior two position, right? Spinning away from the hips. Adding in the neck are to bring or sharpie the chin towards the right shoulder. Slowly come back through center, lengthen the right leg, hold Dandasana position. Just like we held Tadasana to notice the body, that unringing of the right side. Pull the left knee in towards the body, cross the left foot up and over, anchor through the right as you lengthen and lift. So you're using the arms to wrap, find the hips squared, drop the left fingertips, wrap the right arm. So from here you might collapse the ribs in. That's okay, but from this next inhale, lengthen through the spine, maintain. On the exhale, get deeper into your twist. Remember, the exhale is your twist. The inhale, you find that space, create that space. Exhale, get deeper. Maybe the chin follows along. The right hip tucks in. Good, breath in. Exhale, relax and let go. Come back through center. Unwind the left leg. Dandasana position, staff pose, breath in. And a nice long exhale out. Okay, we're going to come onto our back. I'm going to leave you in Shavasana. One of the most important positions that we have in the whole practice is this one right here. So when the yogis in the past developed the whole sequence, basically they were doing it so that they could kind of exhaust the body to find stillness in Shavasana, a type of meditation on our back. So let's come into it. And we'll find the position because it does too have alignment cues. Coming down to the back, let's allow the arms to fall out into a T position. The knees will gently touch. And stretch out the legs out long. Now, something I notice a lot in class, that people keep their body really tight to their mat. They don't want to take up the space. Take up the space. Take as much space. Think of making a snow angel in your space. You want that much. And the more space you take up, the more the body has to rest on something. So it's easier and faster to let go. The muscles want to find a moment of relaxation too. And allowing the breath to kind of slow down. The breath might be the hardest kind of to master at the first. The mouth can slightly open. You're not activating the core. There's going to be a slight lift in the lower back. It's a time for the organs to relax and come towards the ground. And as you settle in, kind of just imagine the body on its day-to-day activities. When we're awake, we're probably sitting a lot of the time. Driving, we're sitting a lot of the time, or we're standing. And our body is constantly in Dandasana and Tadasana positions. So it's kind of cool to think about. So when you notice you're kind of slouching forward, or you're lifting or pigeoning your chest, maybe come back to the Tadasana. Work on your practice even outside of these classes. And then we think of Shavasana as a sleeping position, right on our back. The body is in this kind of fully grounded pose. That's why it's kind of nice to take this moment. If you find really stressed during the middle of your day, or really tired at 2 or 3 o'clock, that kind of crash time, maybe take a 5-minute Shavasana. Shavasana is not sleep, but it's a connection to breath and stillness of the body. And we'll take that last minute. Please enjoy longer if you have the time. And the breath, allowing it just to kind of smooth, it will silence as your body silences. The tricky part is holding that stillness. And that's kind of the game you want to play with yourself, is to be as still as possible. Refuse to move for 5 whole minutes. Have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste.